Okay, 5 seconds. Hi, 5 seconds. How you doing? I'm live. How's it going? We're back. Welcome to the final hour here, Friday, July 23rd. Oh man, can you believe it's July 23rd already? I'm not even ready for Christmas 2 years ago. I can't believe it. Anyway, we're here. We're up 200 points on the Dow coming into the last hour. We tried to hit the record on the Dow just earlier today. I think I was off the air at the time. The market went for a shot to try to hit the Dow. I'm just going to take a look at it here. Yeah, here's this. You see this little peak right here? This peak right there, that right there. That was just before 1 o'clock. The Dow reached 35,087, the all-time record. 35,091, 14 points short. Couldn't do it. So it backed off from that high and then troughed here, came back for a little peak, didn't get near it. Now we're down here. This is like not down a lot. We're at 35,021. We're 69 points away, or 70 points away from a new record, but we haven't done it today. There have been a few attempts to get there. IBM has been trying to help, but not helping enough. Only up 59 cents. IBM needs to do a little more to kind of, put a little more weight in behind this Dow record run. It could happen this aft. Wouldn't surprise me if it had a good power hour, but it's just been teasing and teasing. Other stocks we're following here are basically SoFi, of course. We're down 30 cents on the day, 15.75, gyrating like crazy. We started this morning at 15.89, went right down in the first hour to 15.44, came back to about 15.90. And let me just double check something here. Yeah, we were at like 16 on the opening and got back to like 15.90. Now meandering 70 to 80 ever since. 8.6 million volume. There's no volume here. Whatever option volume we got the other day, what was that, Wednesday? Whatever option volume we got did not translate into stock volume today on expiry day. So whatever is happening here or going to happen or was anticipated to happen, today wasn't the day. So is it that the option volume was really centered on next Friday's option trades where a bunch of speculators got in this Friday? Like I say, don't get into early. A bunch of people did because they were super cheap contracts, taking big shots, taking gambles. The smart money is in for next Friday or the Friday after. My hands are up in the air. I don't like to play short-term contracts. Anyway, that's what's happening on SoFi, down 31 cents. Now, GameStop has been trying to come back all day here. The shares were sitting at what were the opening, around 180.81, and the shares were about 945, 178.40. They went down into the 174 range, the low of the day, 173.84. That was about 10 to 10:30 this morning. That's where we kind of hung around the low for about a half an hour. And then they came back into this like from 174 to 176, 175, 76, and around 11 o'clock. And then at 12, it reached sort of a high of the day of 180, touched it, came back down to 179, 178 into 1 o'clock, and just meandering along. I mean, we've had a quiet range, $8 range on the stock. Right now, 179.77. It's actually up 92 cents. It's been underwater, $2 or $3, $4 all day. It's now above the waterline at 179.77. However, volume on your GameStop, 984,000 shares. It's a Friday in the summer, folks. It's a summer Friday. There is nothing going on here. ATIP, pretty well holding the gains almost all day here. Still up on the day. Right now, 846. Up 43 cents. It's been around this 845, 855 range pretty well all day. The high of 872 for a brief moment, but that was around, what was that, about 11:30 this morning. But we're now in this 845, 850 range. Volume on our friend at ATIP, 940,000. Financials come out Monday morning in the pre-market. So we're going to hear something official from the company, something. kind of hoping that they talk a little bit. That would be kind of nice. Don't do the GameStop thing with this. Please don't give me the GameStop treatment. Please be forthcoming. AMC is trying to come back. It's coming on quite well in the last 3 hours. It's now only off 8 cents. It's about to go positive. 37.16 on 74 million volume. It was as low as 34.69 on the opening around 10 o'clock. And so it's come back about, 35 or $2.50 from the low. And it's about to go into, positive territory. The way it's acting and the way it's behaving, it could well go positive. Matterport. Tough to follow this one properly. It's 1402. I mean, it's not hard to figure the price of the stock, but it's had a weird pattern. It started weak around 14, got up to 1430 something, back into the 1420, back to the 1440 something, back to the 1420, down to the 14 range, 1405. Right now, 1402. It's great to see Matterport now be called Matterport. It just would be great to have some action on the stock. 687,000 shares traded for the first official day so far of Matterport's existence. Now, we have news coming from Matterport. Their quarterly financials are coming out August the 11th, so they are within their first 2 weeks of being public. They will be already 2 to 3 weeks in doing their financials. So let's see how this goes. 23andMe, $9.20 a share. Where Scott Coleman, thank you for the donation on PayPal. Thank you. Just saw. Thank you, Scott. Have a great weekend, buddy. 23andMe, $9.20, down 6 cents right now. The pattern on 23andMe all day today has been the low of 904, the high of 942. We've only had a 38-cent range between high and low on 23andMe. Started with a run up to 942. Looked really good in the first 30 minutes. We thought, okay, here we go. And then in the next hour and a half, 2 hours, it dropped all the way down to 904, and it got back to the 920.25 range. And here we are, 23andMe, 920, down 6 cents with a volume now of 772,000 shares. No news. Friday in July. They're quiet. There you have it. Fifth wall acquisition. High today of 1270, low of 1238. And we're not getting any excitement here for sure. FWAA. Let's see if I can pop this in here. FWAA. Here we go. 1250 right now, down 17 cents. We traded in a 50-cent range. We started high at 1288 right off the bat is where we started. And then we went right down in the first 2 hours to 1238. And we've been sitting at 1250 now for 3 hours. We're just sitting here flat as the top of a nail, just flat. VACQ 1085 last trade opened this morning nicely, like a lot of stocks did, looking like we're going to have a great day, but didn't hold a thing. We started off with a price as high as 1105 on Vector Acquisition, went down by 11 o'clock this morning, all the way down to 1062. Then we got all the way back to 1088. No, not a big whoop. Right now, 1085. We're not going anywhere. We're down 11 cents at this moment on 475,000 shares. And then we have Navstar at 996. It's been flatlining between 996 and 997 all day. And SVAC started nicely at a little over $10. They were right around 10, I should say. Went down to 986. Now it's at 990. Down 7 on 422,000 shares. Now, a couple of things to update you guys on. Those of you who are just joining me and weren't here this morning or you haven't been around a while, Navsite Holdings, which will become Spire Global when it merges, that date for merger is August the 13th. So August the 13th, Navsite will officially become Spire on a reverse takeover. The symbol will be SPIR, Spire. Very good. Starboard Value, SVAC, our friends there, that one will become a Sixtra, CYXTERA, Sixtra, July 28th. That is in 5 days. So that's Wednesday next week. And we're going to say goodbye to Starboard and say hello to Sixtra. CYXT will be the symbol. We'll keep reminding you of that later on. And then Vector Acquisition, VACQ, will become Rocket Lab on August the 20th. So we're 27 days, 28 days away from that. 4 weeks today will be the day Vector says, we say goodbye to Vector, say hello to Rocket Lab. That will be RKLB, Rocket Lab. That will be their new symbol. So these three SPACs are all converting over to regular listed public companies. And that means it looks like all SPACs but one. There will only be one SPAC left in my SPAC collection as of this moment in time, and that will be Fifth Wall. It will be the last SPAC I've got left by the time these three get done. And away we go. We just had Matterport shift today. The symbol shifted today. We just had a couple of weeks ago ATIP, 23andMe, and last month we had SoFi. So all these stocks have been converting over to their new names, and goodbye to the SPACs and hello to these publicly traded companies. We're going to follow them for a while, see if they can make us some money. There's the deal right there. GameStop up $1.83 now to 180.68. Thank you very much. We take that movement. We're up 205 now to 180.90. ATIP up 32 cents at 835, slipping just a bit right now. AMC is only off 18 cents, hasn't yet broken that line. I'm watching for it to see if it wants to bust up over the break-even line. 37.09, down 15 cents. Matterport 13.97, 23andMe at 9.20, down 6 cents. Fifth Wall down 17, Vector down 13, Navsite up 3, Starboard down 7. Over on IBM up 47 cents. Boy, it's been meandering there. It's been up on the plus side of the break-even line all day at 41.14, but really should be more like, in my opinion, 150, but not there at the moment. Next week is a big week for earnings, and I mean big. On Tuesday next week, Apple, I was trying to remember exactly who's going public or who's coming out. Was it Apple, Google, Microsoft? Something like, what was it? $6 trillion of public companies' market cap will be declaring their earnings in one day. Super Tuesday, they're calling it right now. Super Tuesday for earnings releases. All companies, all those FANGs are expected to announce record numbers. Phenomenal, fantastic earnings. The question is, what will the stocks do? What will the shares do because of the future outlook ahead? We have to consider that we know Apple last quarter had a 48% increase in earnings. They might have another 40% increase this quarter over last year's same quarter. That wouldn't surprise me, but they can't keep it up. You're not going to go 48% every year in and year out. That's not going to happen. But the good news is that the shares haven't gone ballistic every year for the last 2 years either already. In other words, the shares aren't way ahead of the earnings. They're ahead, but not by far. So the shares should not have a slump. In reality, the shares should be recalibrated with a new PE multiple and an estimated upper potential. IBM, by the way, now that they've had their earnings go through, they're trading at 23.8, I think, times earnings. 23.8 times earnings, as far as I can see. Let me just double check something over here on my other little thing here. Wait for this to pop up. IBM shares. Let's see. Can I find it here? I can't find it there. Kind of weird. All right, IBM. Let's do this way. IBM right now, 141.03, up 32 cents, trading apparently at 23.8 times earnings. That is accurate. 23.8. Earnings per share 5.93 and climbing. The yield 4.64 with a 1.64 dividend coming out. So the shares have every opportunity to climb a little more, but the street is going to have to want to buy in. And I guess right now the street is probably saying, in a way, well, IBM, we love you, but there's a lot of other companies we're following right now, and there might be better offerings. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're going to wait until Tuesday, Wednesday next week and say, well, let's see what the earnings are going to be for these companies coming out next week. A big chunk of the S&P 500 is going to report next week. If they are as good as we think they could be, we might be moving into them as opposed to you. Only because they would be trading at a lower PE multiple than even you are, which is incredible because you're on a good price. I don't know. We'll see what it does. GameStop 181.20, by the way, up 235. This is just short of the high of the day. We just said it a few moments ago. or we're about to set it. 81.60 will be the high of the day. 181.34 on GameStop right now, up 249. The Dow at 34,989, about 100 points away from a new record. And it's just not wanting to give it. It doesn't want to do it. S&P is up 37 points, and it's up 0.87%. NASDAQ is up 134 points, which is 0.92. The Dow is up 169.49. So the Dow is the underperformer. If it were to perform equal to the other indexes, we'd be at new record territories. So there's a lot of superstition out there, nervous investors who are not sure if they want to jump into the market on the Dow 30 Industrials because maybe they think they're jinxing something. I have no idea. I think it's silly. If the shares are underpriced, they have to be bought. And sooner or later, institutional investors like pension funds, hedge funds, and whatever, they will make adjustments to their portfolios. And they just start buying up these stocks no matter what the price of the stock is. They just buy them up to add them to their portfolios. And whatever the effect is on the index, so be damned. It'll hit new highs. This Dow will hit new all-time highs. The S&P and NASDAQ will keep right on going. There are trillions of dollars coming into this market only because of the amount of trillions of dollars turning over in the economy right now that we're going to keep turning. There are so many trillions of dollars being held up right now that are not entering the economy or want to, have not yet, and will shortly. It will have a profound impact on the markets. So let's see what happens. Okay. Never a dull moment. Thank you all for being here this morning or this afternoon. Glad to see you here. And thank you for following me. We have 119 thumbs ups. We've already broken 100 thumbs ups for this show. If you're able to throw a thumbs up our way, that would be great. I'd love to see that happen. All right. The chat is open. Say hi to everybody. And if you have any questions, let me know. My 170 GameStop call I sold, they're in the money, about $1.50. If it stays above 177.50, my call will be in the money. When will the exercise? I'm still showing I have the shares. Christina, you have a couple of choices right now. You could buy the calls back right now. I don't know how many you sold. You have the one. You could buy it back right now. It'll whatever it costs you, And you could write a new call for next week, Friday, for say 190. You could do that. That's called a rollover. Otherwise, you could just wait and do nothing. You will be exercised tonight. You will be taken out at 170 plus, of course, the premium you already got, which is you got 750 on the premium. So you're getting 177.50 no matter what, because you already got the 750. You're about to get 170 more. But you could theoretically buy the call back, which will run you now about $12. And you could now write a 190 for next Friday. So buy one, sell the other as a rollover. You could attempt to do that. And that would, in effect, just roll over the position, from this week to next week at a higher strike price, of course. You would be going from a 170 buyout to a 190 buyout. Excuse me. Let me just double check. I'm just looking at your contract options, so what the pricing would be. So next week, let's see if I got this right. July 30, the 190s are looking at about 445 right now for next week. If you wrote 185s, you'd be writing for 590. If you wrote for the week after that, that would be the first week of August. So if you extended it another week, that would be giving the contracts 2 weeks of life. 190s would get you 840, 185s would get you 1025, and so you'd buy these back for 12, write those for 10-ish dollars. That will cost you a couple of dollars. $200 will cost you, but you're lifting your buyout from 170 to 185. That's a $15 gain on the stock for a $2 loss on the contract rollover. Not bad. Anyway, you could consider that. If you went with the 190, you would get about $8-something right now. You'd be paying 12, then you get 8. It'll cost you 400, but then you're running up to a 190 buyout instead of a 185 buyout. That's another $100 gain to you if that were to be done. Just thoughts. Otherwise, if you want to actually bring in just as much money as you're going to dish out for these calls, you could go 1 week further out, which would be August 13th. You could now write a 190 August 13th contract and bring in $12. which would equal the $12 you're buying this contract for. You're paying 12 to get it back. You're selling another one for 12, but you're moving up 20 bucks in strike price for August 13th. You could do that. There's a lot of options here. And if the shares, reach 190 in 2 weeks, these contracts will drop dramatically from 12 to like 5 or 6 or 4 or 3. You could then buy those back, keep your stock, and start writing 200s for the week after or the week after. A few options there. I'm looking forward to talking to you privately this weekend. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to be busy this weekend, but we're going to make you richer. So that's what we're going to do. All right. Let's see. I'm very happy with this week. Setups for next week are locked. Let's see what else. What do we got right now? We're up 225 on GameStop. SoFi is up down 24 cents to 15.81, looking a little better. ATIP back to 840. AMC down 29 cents. Matterport at 13.94. 23andMe 921 down a nickel. That's where we're at right there. All right. And the Dow is at up 184. Okay. Let's see what else is happening. I miss chatting with you all. Hey there, Joe. How you doing? Love you, Uncle Bruce, says Jeff. Thank you so much for all you do. Been listening to your show since January. Rock on. Thanks, Jeff. All you guys who are here that are non-members, I'm glad you're with us, and it's nice to see you. It's nice to hear from you, and I hope you're going to have a great weekend coming up. Let's make some money here. Come on, SoFi. That's right, John. You know it. Let's go. AMC, GameStop, ATP would be nice if they get green. I don't know if AMC may have touched it for a moment. Let's get it back and have it happen again, please. That would be just fine. 1580 on SoFi. Let's go. Yep, I sold my NIO because of what you said. Yeah, man, get out of the Chinese stocks, guys. Get out. Just say no to China stocks. You don't want to be there. Let's see. Let's see. What else is going on? My Facebook covered call is pooping the bed due to its insane surge. Yes, I got till next Friday at least, but I was hoping to buy it back before earnings. Yeah, Carlos, unexpected surge on Facebook, to say the least. Keep an eye on it. Over the next day or 2 or 3, it might back off a little bit here. It's had a good run, and it's up 19 today. It's at 370. The stock was at 375. It's already given up 5 of that gain. Just kind of, keep an eye on that. We'll see how that goes. Uncle Bruce, so I guess SoFi might go down to 14. So Jim Cramer will buy and start to talk about buying it and pump it up. I don't know. We'll see. Don't count on that. Don't be looking for help there. Don't look for help from Jim Cramer or anything like that. Let's see. What else we got going on here? 180, 140. We're now 180, 70. Let's see. I like Intel. I like it a lot. I think it's a buy here. I think it's an absolute buy. Long-term contracts are a buy too. Long-term contracts are a buy in Intel. I don't have a problem with Intel at 52.44. Not a problem at all. I'd be looking though for next summer on the Intel for higher pricing. But I'd get contracts here for next summer. If it moves between now and the fall and Christmas, great. But you want to have contracts way out. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. All right. What else? Get out of the China market, man. Get out of there. Oh Lordy, get out. No. Yeah. Guys, thank you for being here today. All righty. Anyway, there you go, guys. Thank you for joining me today. As we are coming into the last hour of the day, we got 35 minutes to go. We have SoFi at 1578, GameStop 180.55. We have ATIP at 842, up 39 cents. AMC down 21 cents, now down 14. AMC is trying to come back to the positive side. Matterport 1406, bounced back a little, still down 41. 23andMe down 6 cents at 920. I think 23andMe is just about at its lows. It just seems to be reluctant to give up much more ground here. 23andMe now down 3 cents. It did this yesterday too. I noticed this yesterday where the stock would drop during the morning and then come all the way back, and at the very end it would go up a little bit. It would just kind of pop up a bit. Very interesting how that worked. And yesterday, 23andMe had an up day because of the last 20 minutes. It finally broke through and then went positive. Here we are, 23andMe down 3 cents at 9.23. Interesting how that's going. GameStop 180.82 up $1.97 right now. And we barely hit 1 million shares on GameStop today. Barely. 1.1 million. That's all today traded. 1577 on SoFi, volume of 8.9 million. ATIP at 840 now, volume of 1 million. And AMC down 13 cents, 37.11. And there you have it. There's what we're looking at right now. Okay, the Dow up 178 at 35,000 right now. All right. Okay. What else is happening here? Okay, there's somebody named Matt is being talked about. I don't know what's going on with what's happening here. I don't know who Matt is. Anybody want to fill me in? Let me know. I'm not sure what's going on. Is he a YouTube creator that got banned or something? I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with Matt. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Matt Kors got banned on YouTube. He's a hella PG, laugh out loud. Matt Kors on YouTube. Oh, I see. Matt Kors. And Jeff Reimer says he won't be missed. I don't know what happened. I know nothing about this. This is all news to me. Of course, I don't watch the other guys much because I'm 5 hours a day. I'm with you, so I don't have time to see what else is happening about going on with other YouTubers. Why did they ban him? I will have to know myself. Thank you. Anyway, there you go. Where are we at now? 35,009 on the Dow. We're 82 away from a record. Don't know if we're going to see it. Yeah, they're going to come for you next, Bruce. They're coming for you. You're the man. You're the enemy of the people. Okay, Uncle Bruce, thanks for being the calm voice amid the doomsayers with you, the green and red days. Anyway, I like Matt Kors. Matt was a good dude. He kept everyone positive on red days. And he's already on his backup on Twitch. And hey, Uncle Bruce, I'm very excited about this weekend classes. It is the lack of mistakes that allow you to keep more of your money. Super excited. Sean, it just came through. Your payment came through. You guys are in the class. You betcha. We'll see you for both classes. Anybody know why you got banned again? Can they ban Mo Money? They want to know. He got banned for talking about dark pools. I don't know. Bruce, he's been showing Charles Payne Fox on his show. I think that's why he got booted 3 times now. Maybe showing copyrighted stuff. I don't know. He's cool, Uncle Bruce. I just watched him for a month. I like Matt. Matt's a super guy. And how do you feel about dark pools and Citadel connections? I got no thoughts on this. MTTR is moving. Is it 1418? It's higher. It's still down, but it's better. 1418, 1416. Go, go, go. Yeah. Reading that Matt's channel was restored back to him 4 months ago. Could be wrong. And there you go. Matt's kept me positive, like Uncle Bruce. We need guys like this. Matt helps you stay positive. Let's see. Okay. No thoughts on dark pools. Laugh out loud. That's all I needed to hear. I got no thoughts. I don't know anything about dark pools. Like, I don't know, the deep stuff on it. Just in passing, I've heard the term, but whatever. Hey, Bruce, what kind of volume would cause one of those SPACs like ATIP to move into 10, 11 in minutes? I don't know. It's not the volume. It's how fast the volume comes in. It's how eager buyers come into the stock. and it's how reluctant people are to want to cough it up and give it up. So if we saw double the volume on ATIP for a couple of days, that would move it quickly. But look, it's up quite a bit, over 10% and since yesterday. But let's not get too excited. It just is a little better. I don't think we're done though. Let's see, Uncle Bruce, that's a good price target. What's a good price target for Intel contracts for next summer? It depends what you can afford. I mean, if you can afford at the money contracts, in the money contracts, or just ahead of the money, it all depends on your budget. So keep an eye for that. Check out the options chain and see what you think. Let's see. Thanks, Uncle Bruce, for being there. Well, thank you for being here. Let's see. Beware of Matt Kors. He refers people to shady broker, Webull, and paid them by referrals. Okay. I've been approached 1 million times by Webull to recommend them to you. I've been approached by other brokerages, but I don't do sponsorships like that because that to me is a conflict. So you're on your own with that. You know how it is. He was a big supporter of AMC. Hey, when you rant, could you do Sam Kinison? No, I can't. No, that required a special talent that gentleman had that I don't have. But I loved him. I loved him in his early days. I really loved him at the beginning. But he paid a terrible price. Let's see. Anyway. Whatever I can say. Let's see. There you go. Yeah, Matt and Uncle Bruce keep me calm. Now it's down to Uncle Bruce. It's up to me now. Oh, it's all up to me. The pressure's on me now. Oh, no. Back in the day, what kind of stocks caught your interest before growth and why? Oh, my God. Well, back in the day, what? The 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, or 20s? What decade you want to talk about? I mean, the world has kind of changed, hasn't it? Anyway, what can I tell you? Here we go. Dr. G wants to know, Uncle Bruce, if we bought $20 or $25 SoFi call contracts for January next year, and we're currently down 50%, do we just ride it out? Yeah, you can just ride it out. The other option is if you're able to move from 2025s into 1750s with not too much financial damage, you might make a shift there. But otherwise, sit here, even average down if you want. 1578 is where SoFi is, and it can pop $3 in one day to prop it to 1878 like that, taking those 20s right up here right away. A couple days later, you're at 21.50, $22. All of a sudden, you're going to look at your contracts and go, "I'm in the chips, man." Wouldn't take much, but we have to wait. TMI channel is talking about Matt. Bruce, who do you think would win in a bagel eating contest? You or Matt? I don't know. Maybe I should get Matt on here. Maybe I can get him on as a guest if he's not doing anything. But I suspect he's very busy. Anyway, there you go. We'll get his story. I'll get his story. Maybe he'll be back on to next week. Let's hope. Anyway, there you go. Who should I get? Who should I get as guests? Should I go after some of the other YouTubers? Is there anyone you want me to bring on here? Let me know. Who should I contact and see if they want to appear with me on my channel? I'm curious. Who do you think? Thank you, Bruce. I now regularly write covered calls because of you. Right on. And that's good stuff. Bruce, I have an order for a 1750 call for ME. 1750 call for M. That's a lot of the money. Sell to open and to expire. You want to write a 1750 ME contract for October. Why isn't my order getting filled? This is so weird. As is the 928, and I'm meeting that. I can't answer your question, my friend, because I'm not your broker, so I don't know your order. I don't know what you're doing. I have no idea. Anyway, have you gotten rich from the stock market, Bruce? Rich, poor, and everything else. Let's see. If you need to chill, try trades. If you want to really calm down, watch trades. I love Trey. The energy that guy has is incredible. Let's go. SoFi, $18. Let's go. I agree. Bruce, no pressure, but when will all our stocks make us rich? I mean, could you just be not too precise, but could you give me within the hour? Can you tell me when they'll happen? You know what, Bruce? My girlfriend and I, we also love Palm Springs, and I know why, because it's beautiful down there. SoFi 1580 down 25 cents. Where are we at now? 24 minutes to go. GameStop 180.83 up at 198. ATIP up 34 cents. AMC positive +9. Yay! It's gone positive. Matterport still at 1404, not going anywhere. 23andMe down 4 cents. Fifth Wall down 17. Vector down 14. They're better, but they're not back. Navside up 3, Starboard down 8, and what's Apple? IBM up 65 cents. IBM up 65. Is that a good thing? I don't know. The Dow at 35,053. It might be taking a shot right now for the record. The Dow might be taking a late day shot for the all-time record. It needs 38 more points. It's up 230 right now. There might be a shot going on right now to get the Dow to the all-time record. Will it happen? That is the question. It is the question, and can it do it? We're wondering. We have most of the Dow in the positive territory. We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in negative, and if those 7 can pair their losses, the Dow could hit a new all-time high, but we're down to 23 minutes. Plenty of time, though, to make this come true. Just will it is the question. We're at 231 on the Dow, 240-point gain right now at 35,063, and we need 35,091 to do it. So it is within a stone's throw in the old index thing here of making it the top performer on the Dow today. These are the best performers: Home Depot, Visa, McDonald's, Microsoft, American Express. They're $3 or higher each. But the question is, can you take the losers and turn them into winners and add some more to the winners and pop this Dow 30? That is the situation right now. Will the Dow be able to hit a new high today? All-time record high. It has every opportunity to do it. The question is, will it? That is the thingy. And let's see here. 35,066. Up 243. It's close. It is close. 2,036. Trying to do 35,070 now. 35,000, 21 points away from a new all-time record high on the Dow Jones. That's what we're talking about here. 21 points away from a new all-time high on the Dow Jones Industrial Index, as we're watching closely to see if it can break it. 20 points away now at 35, now 19 away. 35,073, 18 points away. It got to 35,087, so it's 14 points away from the high of the day and 18 away from the high of all time. So this Dow is close. 4 or 5 Dow stocks, each pop 50 cents a piece. You're there. I mean, it wouldn't take much, but it's got to be. There may well be a coordinated buy wave coming in from some program trading. If the computer systems of these hedge funds and trading desks all sense that the Dow is about to do it, then it'll just happen in unison. It'll just be a massive buy program will come in, and it'll just blow past it. And we're now at 35,074. And I remember when we broke 1,000 back in the way back in the day. And in those days, it was all on the telephone and the teletype machine. But the bells were going on the teletype machine when we first broke 1,000 for the very first time. That was a big to-do because that had never happened before, and people were wondering, "Oh my God, these stocks are so highly priced. Can they hold these gains?" Of course, it's all relative. When you went from 800 to 1,000, you had a 25% increase in value of stocks. I mean, that was unprecedented back in the day, but that's what we saw. We're at 35,074 right now. 35,074, up 249 points right here, right now. So Yep, the Dow is attempting to hit a new all-time high. IBM is helping. It's up 81 cents. IBM is helping. Home Depot is helping. It's up 642. That's a Dow component. Microsoft up 330. Apple up 174. They're all helping. They're all adding to the Dow. Can this continue? That is the question. We wonder about the Dow 30. Can the Dow 30 get the big push to put it up and over the top? 35,075 right here. 35,091 is what we need. 16 more points to get the all-time record high. Well, what can I say? Are they talking about it over here? They're kind of talking about it. They're not on CNBC. They're not like jumping up and down yelling about it. But 15 away, 13 away, 35,078 now on the Dow. Let's take a look again here. The high of the day, 35,087. We're at 35,077. 10 points away from the high of the day. 14 points from the 52-week high, which is the all-time high. We are that close to the Dow breaking up and over. We're up 47 on S&P, up a percentage point. We're up 160 on NASDAQ, up 1.1%. The Dow is up 0.75 of a percentage point. It is underperforming because we are the significance of a new record is what's at stake here. It's just a lot of superstition out there on Wall Street. 35,080, we just touched it. Getting really close now. 35,076 to 80 is the range here. 78 now. Yep, it's twitchy, and with these records can barely be broken. Sometimes they get busted right up, and the index goes up like 50 points in 2 minutes. It just destroys the old record. Right now, we seem to be tentatively trying to get there. We're doing a little bit of a backing off first. There might be a little pullback and then a push to take it over. We do have 17 minutes with which to do it, and a big chunk of the investing world will be watching the close, as they always do, to see the direction. And this will be the talk of CNBC and everybody else as we come into the last 5 minutes of the day. If this is going to continue, we're at 35,070 and now 74, 78. We're coming on right now. Little pop again, just popping a little higher on the Dow. 80, 35,080 now, 11 away. Definitely popping higher. We need 35,091.56. That's what we need. And here we are at 76, 75. Little miniature moves right at the very, very, very top. 77 now on the Dow. Up 254. S&P up 46. We just hit Dow at 35,082. We're approaching the high of the day right now, 35,082. And where are we at? There it is, 35,082. I'm watching it on several devices at the same time. A 5-10 point jump is nothing in one moment of time. So we're right there, just short of 83 now, just short of 35,000. There's 85, 35,085. 2 points away from the high of the day, 6 points from an all-time high. 261 is the gain right now, sitting at 83, 85. Yep, 83 and 85, right in this range here. So just a breath away from a new all-time high. It'll change your lives completely. Your car will look better, it'll smell better. Your house will go up 20% in value. You just watch. Everything changes. 35,084. Back to 83. I love watching this stuff. It's always fun. What can I say? The markets are the markets. We're so close. SoFi not participating in this run at all. It's up. It's at 1578. It's not going anywhere. GameStop up $1.33. ATIP up 35 cents. AMC down 21 cents. Matterport down 47 and M23 down 3 cents. None of our stocks care. 35,083.97, 87.69. We just hit the high of the day. We're 4 points away, not even 4 points away from a new record high. Get ready. We're about to do it. They're on a commercial on CNBC. 87.87 here is what I'm showing. 87.87. We're right at the high, right there, just about to bust it open. And CNBC's on commercial. How about that? Maybe the market makers are going to wait till CNBC comes back from their commercial before they pop it. 35,082, 9 points away from the all-time high on this market. 83.93, still on commercial. 81.70. They may come out of the commercial break showing the floor of the exchange and the index. Who knows? Now back to 79. You think market makers don't watch TV? Oh, they do. Who knows? We'll see what's going on. Back to 82 again, popping back up. The commercial's still on CNBC. There you go. 83 again. 35,083. Another commercial on CNBC. Got to sell those commercials on CNBC to pay all those people to do all those jobs. Put the product on the air. There goes another commercial. 35,080 on the index. 83 now. 35,083. Trying to break into a new high. The high today, 35,088.94. We got to 88.94, just about at the all-time record. We almost made it. Only 2 odd points away from the all-time high. Right now, 35,085.9, 85.9, back to 83.5. Now they're coming out of commercial. They're coming out, getting ready to show the world the new high. Let's see if this happens. Get the graphics out of the way, and there's Sarah Eisner, and let's see if they're talking about the new high for the Dow. 381 right now is where it's at, 10 away from an all-time high for the Dow Jones. GameStop 180, 179.97, 180, hanging right in there, and the Dow at 35,081. Too much fun, trivial stuff, but then again, it is the markets, kids. It is the market. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the 244 thumbs ups today. Appreciate those. 35,081. Appreciate it. Yeah, Bronco Bruce, you should reach out to Matt. He's super. Get Trey on your channel. Get Trey on there. What happens, Bruce, to a contract if a company gets bought out by a private company? The price of the stock will be set, and then the contract will go out at that price. 385 now, 85 on the Dow Jones at 35,085. We're 6 points away. They're showing the S&P 500 index right now, 84. Yeah, so if you have a contract that's say a $50 contract and the buyout is at 55, your contract will be worth $5 a pop on the takeout day, and you'll sell out. You'll sell it for $5. If you have a contract at 58 and the buyout is at 55, your contract expires worthless. So that's how that works on. Yeah, bring Trey on. Such a humble dude. Matt was banned because his schmear was too thin. If anyone, bring on Trey. Bring on Jennifer Aniston. See, now I'm getting good suggestions from you guys. These are good suggestions. Who should I bring on? Trey is a super sweet human. Bring on Yoko. 35,081 on the Dow. No, they screwed you last time. Those guys are about fast money. Matt's on Twitch. See ya. Uncle Bruce, bring Patrick Boyle on. Matt K going to meet Kevin to explain. Jamie from Train Spotting. That's who you should bring on. See, I got all kinds of suggestions. Train Spotting, Rocky, Outcrop. They use the TA more often than you, but I think it'd be interesting collaboration. Matt is a super cool kid. Let's see. What do we got going here? 35,085 on the Dow, 35,087 on the Dow. We're about to go higher. We're about to break it. It's about to happen. We're 4 points away. Let's see. Bring in PewDiePie. You should bring in PewDiePie. 35,089. That's a new high on the day. 2 points from the all-time. We're right at there, back to 85. I'm not sure if they're watching it so much on CNBC, but it's quite close. Let's see. Hi from Palm Desert Hot Springs, Uncle Bruce. Thank you. Oh, I love you guys, Palm Desert. Where are we at here? Yeah, 79.80 again, just backing off. Let's see. Hey, Bruce, I bought a put yesterday for Didi. that shady Chinese Uber app for 5 cents expiring next week. I remember you telling us stay away from it, but I secured a 400% gain and sold most of my puts. There you go. And Wally's World, Jamie and Rocky and Bruce will be epic. Let's see. Get Matt back on. I love Jamie and Rocky ridiculously. Play some Yoko and it'll happen. 35,084, just short of a record right now. Get Yoko as a guest. Yes, get Yoko as a guest. And he's on Kevin right there. Let's see what's going on here. There we are, 35,090.33, 9090. We're 1 point away, half a point away from the all-time record. Right now, 9181, it's over. We have broken the all-time record of the Dow Jones Industrials, 35,092, busting right through it, 35,092.25, a new all-time record on the Dow. I don't know, CNBC doesn't seem to be acknowledging it at the moment, but it has happened. It's now at 93.6, new all-time record for the high. How about that? 629 people watching, only 221 upvotes. Come on, you guys. Geez, help Bruce out. Thank you, everybody. Stonks Doctor, we broke the high, all-time new high for the Dow has been set now at 35,095. That's a new all-time high record. And so the Dow just is now, like everyone else, setting new records. Beautiful. I'm sick and tired of hearing every 10 seconds. Sorry, Peter. That's too bad. There's another one. Where's Matt? Matt, where are you? Matt, come back. I didn't do it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. That's just the way it went. Sorry. What can I say? 1573 on SoFi, down 32 cents. GameStop up $1.42 to 180.27. ATIP up 35 cents to 8.38. AMC down 23 cents again, just under the line. Matterport down 49 cents to 13.98. 23andMe unchanged. It did it yesterday, and it's doing it again today. In the last 10 minutes, it went positive yesterday. Can it do it again? It went to break even right now. What can I tell you? This might be a little pop for a 23andMe. Fifth Wall down 22, Vector down 17, Navsite down up 3, Starboard down 7, Vanek is up $1.60, Home Depot up 6.24, IBM up 70 cents, the Dow up 250 to 35.73 after hitting a new high, Microsoft up 3.40, Apple up $1.65. So there you go. Let's see. As we are coming into the last 5 minutes, SoFi up only down 33 cents, but down nonetheless. And GameStop holding a 125 gain. That is what we have. You know you want it, Bruce. The Yoko record. You keep saying record. The Uncle Bruce membership is just to support Uncle Bruce and to chat a bit. That's what it is. That's true. We appreciate you being here, members, and everyone else who isn't a member. Love it. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I'm going to turn the chat back to private for members only. Thank you, all non-members, for being here today with this, for hanging out with us here, coming through the close, and witnessing a new all-time high for the Dow Jones Industrial. Not bad. Pretty cool bean stuff. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you all being around today. Fabulous. Let's see what we got going on. Let's go over here, and we will do that over there. Yes, thank you guys for joining me today. All of you who are non-members, appreciate it, and love having you here. There we go. We'll make the shift over to members-only chat now. We're getting ready for the libation part of the show right after the bell. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Thank you for the 299 thumbs ups. We're almost at 300 thumbs ups here. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And let's see. Beautiful. Let's see. Buy all, says Johnny Basic. Red, thank you, Red. Thank you. Is it Mischievous? Thanks. Nicholas, thanks. MJ, Joe, Rodrigo, Thank you, guys. Colton, thanks. Let's see. Ciao, future members from Larry. What do we got? What else is we got? Bring on George S. Bush. You should play Yoko until YouTube restores Matt's channel as a protest. There you should do that. 179.90 on GameStop with 3 minutes to go, up $1.05. The Dow now is at 35.60. It's backed off like 30 odd points, but it did hit the high today, the new all-time high. It touched it. That is the deal. If it closes at above 35,000, it'll be the first time it ever closed above 35,000. So it is in record territory for a closing price if it stays around here. We'll see how that goes, what's going on. What are we supposed to wait around until after the bell? What's the deal? I can't start drinking now. What's the deal here? 1570 on SoFi. 79.91 on GameStop. ATIP 838 up 35 cents. AMC down 27. Matterport down 47. 23andMe up a penny at 927. Can it gain anything more than that? Will it hang around here? Not a lot of conviction there. I've been starting early all this time. No, Yoko, don't want Uncle Bruce to get banned too. There you have it. 179.97 on GameStop, up $1.12. And we had the 10-year note briefly touching 130 today. And that's the deal there. Dow at 35,062. Okay. SoFi looks like it's going to close around 1570 here, 1571. We have 2.5 some odd minutes left to go in the day, 2:49 to go as the clock is running down on the day. GameStop just popped over 180 to 180.35, up $1.50. Not a lot of movement today on the GameStop. Bruce, this might sit on your this might be a sit on your lap question. So here it goes. If you don't use it, will you lose it? Oh, no. And you wonder why YouTubers get banned. It's comments like this. Hey, Bruce, I was wondering about capital loss on options. Would it be based on the purchase price or the closing price? Before I got on your channel, I bought short positions. I bought short options, so I have a lot of loss. That you're going to have to talk to your tax person about. But in my simplistic thinking is you started with $5,000, you turned it into $8,000, then it went into $4,000, and the year's over. So you started with 5, ended with 4, lost 1,000. There's $1,000 loss. That's my math, but what does my math know about the IRS? No idea. I have no idea. The battle of 180 right now is on. Stock options are closing right here. We're getting the end of the day for every stock out there. What can I say? Would be nice if it ended at 180.69. Well, okay. 180.13, 180.12. We're into the last minute, 30 seconds of the day. The Dow at 35,060 looks like it's going to close at a record new high, from what I can tell you. We're S&P's up 44, Nasdaq's up 153. Oil up 13 cents a barrel, 72.04 today. I want all-time high on all them SPACs. I do too. I would kind of like that. That would be, I think that would be the right thing to happen. That all-time high for all SPACs at the same time. That would be a good idea. I wholly support the idea. 23andMe up 3 cents to 9.29 again, up 3 cents. We're getting richer 3 cents at a time on 23andMe. NAVSite up 3 cents. Oh my gosh. IBM is up 60, trying to hang on to a gain. 180.08, 180.12 on GameStop right now. There you are. Yeah. In your opinion, what's the most risky thing about SoFi stock? There's nothing risky about it at all. If you believe in the stock, you believe in the company, you believe in the stock, you just hold it until you make money. Simple, really. Don't even have to look at it. Yeah, I took a break from eating my instant ramen to cheer for new all-time high. Well done. Everything in the market, well done. That's the way. The bells are ringing. 10 seconds to go. They're clapping. Matterport. They're on the exchange. Matterport. There they are. They're clapping. They're Matterport at 14.20. They're clapping. It's up down 27 cents. They're clapping it out on Matterport. And there goes the bell. And Matterport looks like it's closing at 14.20, down 27 cents with a bit of a spike at the end. That's what they seem to get there for their efforts. A little clap away for Matterport. 14.20 a share on the bell. GameStop 180.02, I think, or 180.64. Looks like GameStop was able to hold the 180 mark. The Dow closed at 35,062. That's a new record all-time high. 35,057 right now. A little adjustment here. Still a record high for the Dow. If I've got my for the first time ever, the Dow closed above 35,000. That's what CNBC is talking about right there. Matterport at 1420 last trade, 837,000 traded. Matterport. I'm hoping that we're going to see a lot more of this promo. That would be really good. 23andMe up 2 cents at the bell, 928. A gain on the day after being down since this morning. Unbelievable. ATIP up 33 on the day. GameStop up $1.79 on the day. SoFi down 35 cents on the day. There you go. I made 298 today. I'm in the green. Woohoo! Here you go. I didn't know what to do with my hands when they broke the record, so I just stood up and saluted CNBC on television. Just saluted those guys. There you go. Wonder if MTR will see a spike in the aftermarket. I don't know. That would be great. That would be really great. Apparently, Matt said the D word from reading Super Chat, and someone reported it. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what this means. I made money on 23andMe today. What? You're richer. Up 2 cents on 23andMe. 2 days in a row it popped up on you. It's a 2-day winning streak on 23andMe. It's just going to the moon. I mean, it's just gone. It's on the way. How about that? Incredible. 180.64 last on GameStop. The aftermarket 180.40. That's where we're at there. 23andMe 928. No trades in the aftermarket. Matterport 1421. 1 penny higher on the aftermarket. And that's where we're at. Dow closes above 35,000 for the first time. Woohoo! Anyway. People are speculating here what the D word is. I have no idea. I don't know what's anything about it. Let's see. There you go. ATIP 836. AMC down 27 cents on the day. Fifth Wall down 22 cents. Vector down 19. Navsite up 2. Starboard down 5. IBM was up 62 cents on the day to 141.33. The Dow up 239 points to 35,062. First time ever closing above 35,000 points. Microsoft was up 353. Apple up 176. And that's where we're at. The cruise lines, a 1 penny gain for Royal Caribbean at 77.77. Lucky sevens. Norwegian lost 80 cents. Carnival lost 74. So they took a dump today, 3% drops. And our Royal Caribbean unchanged practically. So something interesting, kind of quirky there. Google up $89 today. Facebook up $18 to $369. Amazon up $18 today as well. Goldman Sachs up $1.51, $374.22. All right. Okay. There you have it, guys. I don't know. Hi, Uncle Bruce does writing this Monday's cover called GameStop. January 22's 270s for 30.32 sounds. What does that sound like to you? 270s for 30.32 bucks. January 270s on GameStop. We're sitting at 180. That's that'll get you 300 a share if you got taken out, of course. Nothing wrong with that price. Let's see how the market opens on Monday. The stock today gained $1.79 after it had a good week this week, right? GameStop had a good week. Now at 180 close, if it opens in the first hour on Monday and runs to 190.95, those contracts there might get you more. They might get you 34, 35, which would still be okay. Higher premium, the better. But yeah, I don't have a problem seeing anyone write 270s for January, but it is for 4.5 months out, isn't it? August, September, October, November, December. Well, it's actually 5-6 months out. So it is bringing you, a 5-6 month length contract is bringing you $5 a month in premiums per share. Because if you can get 30 to 32, you're getting $5 a month for 6 months for your stock, to hold your stock, whether it goes to 270 or not. There it is. Now, obviously, if the stock went to $300 in 3 days or in a week or in a month, you could be taken out much earlier. But setting that aside, if the shares stay under 270 between now and January, you'll score $32 in cash for your holdings. And you have 100 shares out there. Some of you, that's $300. $3,000. You got 1,000 shares. It's 30 grand, 32 grand for 5-6 months. Those of you who are, trying to replace your jobs by writing options, if you happen to have 1,000 shares of GameStop, for example, you could write 10 contracts for 30 grand, 32 grand for the next 6 months, live off that, and then write contracts for another 6 months, bring in another 32,000, and there's 60 grand a year to live off. Can you muster enough capital between margin and otherwise to be able to write this kind of contract to get you to 1,000 shares? This is always the trick of life. Now, can you bring in more money for each share? Yes, you can. You could write 250s for January's. You can write 220s for January. You'll get more premium. You'll bring in more cash, which means you wouldn't need 1,000 shares to live on. You see what I'm saying? So some of you out there can make a living off of GameStop just with 300 or 400 shares in your hands if you can write often enough and at enough of a premium. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that's a good question, Beach Boy. Very good question. I don't have a problem with that trade. I really don't. What can I say? Let's see. They're banning people for saying the word dong. Uncle Bruce, your days are numbered. Matterport is up 20 cents in the after hours right now. Well, that's great. Let's take a look at that. I don't see it. It's at 14.21. I don't see it up 20 cents. Maybe you got a different quote machine than I have. Maybe your quote machine is a special quote machine, and mine is a regular little thing. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I got 14.21 in the aftermarket. I have nothing going on. Of course, to buy back when there's a deep drop. Yes, of course, my friend. If you write contracts for 30.32 and the stock does drop to the 140.50 range, if that were to happen, those contracts would fall. Oh, yes. Of course, in 2 months from now, the shares are 180, 190, 200. And then 2 months from now, they go from 200 to 170. They might go from like 25 to 12 and then back to 20. You might scoop at 12. Yes, of course. I totally get you there. I can't buy a Matterport until Wednesday. Oh, no. Michael, what is this? Hey, thank you. Michael has made a donation of $100. Now, in the libation game, if you have a donation of $100 come in, you must finish the drink you're drinking. Thank you, Michael. Of course, I'm not in the libation game. I am just the hostess with the mostest. Thank you all for the donation. And Michael, thank you for the donation, of course. John Van says, yes. Uncle Bruce, do you think GameStop still has a large short problem? I don't know if it's a short problem or not. If it's a big one, I can't say. Dirty Mike strikes again, says John. That's the real D word, donation. Or is it dirty? Mike. Thanks for the whatever. Cheers. If you write covered calls, do your stocks disappear from your portfolio? No, they do not. No, they do not. And let's see. Noob here. What are CCs? Covered calls. If you're writing call options, if you own 100 shares of GameStop, you can write a contract against your 100 shares. That's a covered call. A call contract covered by your 100 shares of stock as collateral. That's what that means. Yeah, they're in your portfolio, of course, but they're probably restricted from being sold. You can't just sell them without taking care of the covered call first. So if you want to sell your stock, you've written a covered call against your stock, you're going to have to buy the covered call back first or wait until it expires, and then you're free to do whatever you want with your stock. CC is covered calls. That's what I mean. Thanks, y'all. Oh, we're more than welcome. Amber, you might need to see my my classes on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Go to the classes section. You'll see lessons 1, 2, 3, and 4 have everything to do with options, including lesson 2 and 4, everything to do with writing covered options. You might want to look into that. All right, I bought 12 calls on SoFi expiring August the 20th for a strike of $16 for $1.33. What do you think of that? Well, that's not a crazy price to pay. It's not insane. Look, the shares go to $17. They're worth a book value, $1 book value. They go to $18. You got a $2 book value contract plus whatever time is left on it. So yeah, you wouldn't need much to get going. Mike was saying, is this too soon? Brad, Uncle Bruce, if you need to take care of the contract before you can sell your covered call shares, how do naked shares? If you need to take care of the contract before you can sell your covered call share, What? Huh? How do naked shorts happen? I'm not Brad. You're kind of leaving me in the dust here. What at what point do we write covered calls on ATIP when they reach like 2025 in that neighborhood? I won't write covered calls for GameStop this low, says Spark. All you guys answering new questions are awesome. We do that. This weekend, I'll be answering a lot of noob questions on my live classes. Saturday at noon Eastern, Sunday at noon Eastern. We're going to have 2 live classes here. If you would like to be part of the live classes, send me an email at brucefarmer@hotmail.com and let Jen and I know you would like to join us Saturday or Sunday or both days, and we will send you an invite to come on into the private live session for the classes. The Saturday session is all about what new investors need to know to be successful investors. The Sunday session is everything you should not do to be a successful trader. There you go. Brad, because you can sell uncovered calls, aka naked calls, but it requires a margin account. You also need protection. You need equity. I would prefer to wait for 240 plus to write covered calls on GameStop, or write them in a big green day and buy back on a big red. Well, pick your spots. ATIP, $20. This is real life. This is the real life, or is it just fantasy? It's real life. Brad, I see. Thanks, David. So it's uncovered on shares, but covered on collateral? No, it's uncovered on shares, and it's covered on it's uncovered on collateral, covered on shares. Brad, there you go. Okay, 1420 last on the MTTR Matterport. Not much happening on the aftermarket there. Okay. 23 closed at 928 on the day, up 2 cents. SoFi closed at 1570. It's trading at 1568 in the aftermarket right now. AMC at 36.97. It's 36.81 in the aftermarket. It's down 16 cents. That's what we got going on here on the aftermarket. Matterport 14.20, no change. GameStop 180 even, down 64 cents. Closed at 160.74 today. All right, there you go. Okay. Bruce, someone just mentioned that they won't be able to trade Matterport until next week. Is that due to being a SPAC? Because IPO launches get gold medal treatment right out of the gate with no issues? Probably the incompetence of the brokerage firm. That's probably all it is. It's nothing personal. It's just a brokerage firm doesn't know what they're doing. Coyote laughing out. That is probably the most fun I ever had in a Prius. Okay. Yippee-ki-yay. Naked calls equals when your stock wants to run around in the nude and you're calling after it to get back here and put your clothes on. That's what it is. AB, is it good or bad if early on these SPACs run up a few bucks, then back up a few bucks, or is all activity good? It's all good. It's all good. The more activity, the more awareness. Michael, I think BW, I think they were referring to their broker kind of locking it up on the ticker change. Going postal average down on my out of the money SoFi $30 call to 187, 100 contracts. Was that a good move? If you're averaging down, you're averaging down. Nothing wrong with that. Going postal PS January 22, right on. Lots of time, averaging down, good move. Yep, there you go. Matterport unchanged, still at 14.20 a share. All right. Okay. There you have it, guys. There's the deal. The dealio. The libation game has begun here. Cheers to all of you from Uncle Bruce here in Creston, British Columbia. Hope you're going to have a good weekend this weekend. Jen and I are looking forward to our classes coming up on Saturday and Sunday. Hope you can join us. We'll be having fun again, as always. Fantastic. Let's see here. Thank you for being part of the show today, you guys. It was much appreciated that you were all here with us. There we go. Hope some of you have subscribed to the channel lately. I appreciate that too. Thank you. We have 338 thumbs ups. Appreciate that too. Keep those thumbs ups coming in, you guys. We love it. Prosit, cheers, silente, whatever you, skol, whatever you got to say. Prosit. Yes. All the best. 340 thumbs ups, and they keep coming. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that a whole bunch. Okay. Let's see. Bruce, I listen to podcasts a lot during the day when not listening to you. I actually heard a very awesome SoFi commercial during one of the ad breaks. They've begun the PR. They sure have. They are they are going to be. You're going to see this logo. That you're going to hear about SoFi everywhere. I mean, they are aggressively expanding their reach and growing out their business. And yeah, this is going to be a very common household name in a very near future. Yeah, they've got an advertising budget and they're using it, and I like it. I like this. SoFi is going to be big. I don't care what the price is for the next few months. It is going to be big. Michael, you got it. They are definitely going to be a deal, a very positive, a powerful, successful company, I think. And the shares are going to, they're going to make these current prices make you wish you had 100 times more. You just, no matter how much of this stuff you have, you will not have enough. As when it takes off, it's going to go. It's really going to go. Indeed. Robinhood IPO, the IPO is coming soon. Stay clear. No kidding. Wow. Yeah, I'd be really loath to get into that deal. Not interested at all. There you have it. Okay. Thank you, guys. What do we got now on the thumbs up? 345 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Keep those thumbs ups coming in. I do appreciate that very, very much. Very kind of you. And GameStop is at 180 on the aftermarket. 2,200 shares traded. Nothing going on the aftermarket, really. Very, very quiet here. We aren't seeing much of activity. We're not going to see much activity today. It's a Friday in July in a hot summer. Nothing is going to happen in the aftermarket here. I don't think so. I'm not anticipating anything going on in the aftermarket today. I really do not. Yeah, well, there you go. 1420 on Matterport. The Matterport traded today 800 something thousand. Was it? What was that? Let me see. 900,000 on 23andMe. Matterport traded 837,000 today for the first day. And we know August 11th they come out with their financials. We know Monday morning in the pre-market, ATIP will come out with their financials. Closing at 834 today, up 31 cents. ATIP was yesterday down in the 760 range, 756 range yesterday. Now at 834 today, 1.4 million traded. Some picking up of stock happening here, little by little by little. It's being cleaned up. 80 cents worth of upward movement now has gone through on the stock pre-announcement for Monday morning. So we'll cross our fingers and hope for a big start Monday. Let's see what it's all about. Thank you. Okay. John is saying 4 more days. GameStop 215, 240. That's what he thinks is going to happen. My January SoFi options agree with your original sentiments, says Spark. Okay. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Appreciate you guys being here. Not much else going on here. We're pretty quiet at this point, as I figured we would be. Market watch headlines. Nothing much being talked about here. Nope. And let's take a look at Wall Street Journal, see if there's any news there. Anything we need to know about? Market-wise, gas engines workers cast aside for electric vehicles. That's going to happen. Summer Games open with Naomi Osaka lighting the cauldron. And tennis star Naomi lighting the cauldron. There you go. Pfizer vaccine found less effective against Delta infections, but still prevents serious illnesses. Dow hits 35,000. And GM recalls Chevy Bolts for the second time during fire risk. Trump ally Tom Barrack freed on $250 million bond. Wow. Yikes. Tin prices reached record. We did talk about that earlier. We covered that earlier. Let's see here. Disney looks to relocate its theme park Magic Makers to Florida. They want to send many of its famed Imagineers to a campus in Orlando, where about $570 million in tax incentives await. So they want to shift them out of Florida, out of California, to Florida for lower taxes. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Yeah. States battling states for employees. Interesting how this is going. Okay. Interesting times. And headlines in the New York Times. Let's see. Anything coming out of here? Let's look at business at New York Times. Not much going on here. Nothing current anyway to worry about. Nope. Not really. All right, out of there. Back to here. And hey, Uncle Bruce, I don't know if you talked about this yesterday. Oak Streeter's asking me, what's your comment on ETFs with China stocks in there? Get out of those too? Yes. Enjoy your weekend. Get out of anything to do with China. Anything, anywhere. Blanche Creature, Uncle Bruce, spread puts, Iron Condor, covered calls, etc. Do you have any preferred option strategies? Going to be talking about this next weekend. Next weekend's classes are going to be talking about options in the kind of option spreads that you can do. We're going to get into this sort of stuff: condors, butterflies, and other versions. Oak Street, I'm pretty sure Kathy Woods already pivoted out of them in her ETFs. She did. How can the Dow hit new highs? How can it do that? Well, it did it. Spark, you may want to get out of ETFs altogether. Has anyone researched Dr. Barry's criticism of ETFs? Basically, they create continual buy pressure for certain stocks and distorts price discovery. Well, you got your thoughts on it. It's all right. It's cool. We're all allowed our thoughts. Yeah, okay. How are we doing here? We have 353 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. For being here with yours truly. I appreciate it as we are finishing off Friday. Matterport, no change on Matterport in the after hours. GameStop right now sitting at 180 on 2,100 shares, down 36 cents. Nothing going on over there. SoFi closed at 1570. It's now 1566 in the aftermarket, down 4 cents. Nothing going on there. 23andMe closed at 928. It's traded exactly the same in the aftermarket. Nothing really happening there. So it's a quiet one here, guys. A quiet session in the aftermarket, as I had been figuring. Next week, we will be very, very busy next week. We're going to have a lot of activity. Earnings reports are going to be coming out. Dramatic numbers are expected, especially big Super Tuesday with a lot of the big FANG stocks announcing their results. We'll be watching that very closely. And we could be into some real serious movement next week on some stocks. I'm actually rather looking forward to it next week. This should be a fun time. Okay. What else going on here? Yes. The debt limit. That's going to start making headlines more and more as each week goes by. Yellen urges Congress to raise or suspend the debt limit by August the 2nd. And that is going to be more of a story as this next week goes by too. Let's see. Let's go. Uber's stake in Didi shrank by $2 billion this week amid China crackdown on listings. Yikes. And what else? Looking at stuff here. Kramer on U.S. listed China shares. You can't own these stocks. He's right. He is right. Trump friend Barrick ordered released on $250 million bond. SPAC pulls SEC registration IPO plan. So that is mucking up a whole bunch of stuff there. A whole another group of U.S. listed China stocks is plunging as Beijing regulators clamp down. Anything to do with China, you want to be out of it. Anything to do with China, get out. It's going to make you wonder about Apple. Apple has these factories over there. And all those employees that work at Foxconn, to produce their iPhones and their other items, What if the Chinese get involved in interfering with the operations of Apple's, you know, assembly over there? You got to wonder. That's always been an Achilles heel. No one seems concerned at this point. I'm just bringing it up as a matter of interest. Kind of getting your. What do you think? Any company that uses China for assembly. How about companies like KFC, McDonald's, Starbucks that rely on the China market to grow dramatically? What if China starts interfering with foreign companies? They just impose a foreign security tax, or they put in some kind of a, I don't know. They just muck it up because there's a war going on, an economic battle between the U.S. and China and other countries. And what if Chinese start getting screwing around with American companies doing business in China? And you know, China, there are more KFCs in China than in the United States. So KFC would lose a ton of money. I mean, it would really hurt them. Starbucks has got thousands of locations in China. I mean, this could be devastating. But I don't know. I kind of wonder about that. If there would ever be any kind of what if there was that kind of a tit for tat kind of thing going on? You want to wonder about that. You know what? This is the slowest I've ever seen on this channel. I can actually read people's comments. People out and enjoying their time while they can before lockdown 2.0 starts. Good on them and stay healthy. I agree. ETFs also have fees. Just something to keep in mind. ETFs may have illiquid stocks that could react disastrously if there's a large sell-off. Bury compared it to a theater that gets more crowded, but the exit stays the same size. Kev, I'm back. Had tomato. A beer run after that. Mike, donation. Oh, I got you. Yippee-ki-yay, busy equals money. Kev, tomato, laugh out loud to make. Someone had to do it, Kev. Yeah, so Thursday, GameStop, 215.40. How about that? Puts on the China companies, maybe, Webull included. Yeah, I believe. I thought Foxconn was Korean. No? Well, it's the huge Fox. I thought it was called Foxconn in China, the huge assembly plant for Apple's iPhones, I think iPads and other items. Watches and so on. Anyway, there you go. They sure can interfere if they want. I agree. Yeah, no, Foxconn is Taiwanese, but they can also have many plants in mainland China. I think bring back USA made products. I'll pay more. I think we need an afternoon rant. There you go. Yeah, I looked and saw Taiwan. Uncle Bruce, since ATIP will do their first public quarterly earnings on the 23rd, will the cash they have on hand be a really big plus for investors to hear about, or do investors want to hear about growth? They'll want both. They're going to want to know if the company wants to explain what what they've been doing the last several quarters and what the plan for the next several quarters are. I'm certain the market will be very eager to hear that. And what I'm looking for and hoping for is that a number of stock analysts for a number of brokerage firms will be eagerly listening in on this call for ATIP to better understand their business plan and their what they're up to. That could mean during the week, later on in the week and the next week, you may start to hear about analysts coming out with buy recommendations, estimates on where the stock could go, this kind of thing. And that would be great exposure across numbers of firms. That would be fine. Yeah, Michael, and bring back to the U.S. means jobs for U.S. too. I'd buy it as well. Agree 100%, Mike. I would happily pay more for U.S. made items. I also go to my way to boycott China items if possible. Yeah, I was wrong. Bruce main warehouses are in China. There you are. I wouldn't trust China at all for anything. I've owned Tesla since the split, and the China factory is my only worry for Tesla. AB, the big issue in China has lots of highly educated engineers, lots of know-how in Europe, and North America was shipped over there. It isn't just assembly or soldering chips. Michael, yippee-ki-yay, and build things like they used to build as well. Gregory, please, may I ask you a question about your stock brokering days and your interactions with floor traders? Ask me, what do you want to know? I always think Chinese-made products are mapping out the world. Imagine if they had a chip in Tesla or the drones they create. That's what I think could happen. Okay. Again, China used to make, spatulas, hammers, and saws. Now they make very complicated electronics. There's always that. Yippee-ki-yay, absolutely, Mike, and get some pride in American quality. Yep, I agree there. I mean, America used to make the complicated stuff, the high end stuff. Japan used to do it. Um, Germany used to be famous for very high quality, complex units. Swiss for watches and so on. But the Chinese have caught up, no doubt about it. When I took an embedded engineering course where you design this stuff, the grad student teaching basically said, you don't do this stuff as a job unless you're in China, Taiwan, Korea, and India. How about that? There was a known issue in, I forgot which model, motherboards where they came from the factory backdoored. Okay, I'd buy a spatula made in China, all from China. All from China. Well, again, I wonder, if the tit for tat thing goes, if the American stock exchanges start to delist China's stocks, will the Chinese up the game? Or if America does not remove tariffs, does China up the game over there and make life difficult for American-based corporations to do business in China? Will they come up with a foreigner's tax? I mean, they can come up with any rule they want to make life miserable for companies over there, which would be a political statement. Good for making American Chinese food. Ungruz, how do I access the classes from the past? George Green, go to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Head over there. When you get there, on the top corner, you'll see all the different headings. One of them is classes. Click on that. You'll see all 4 classes available for you there. AB, everything is all software focused in the U.S., higher value added. World War III, maybe? It might be like a Cold War II. It might be a Cold War II, but it might be economically biased at the moment. I'm not sure about military, but economic biased. We don't know. We just do not know. And will America impose higher tariffs on Chinese goods? Makes you kind of wonder about that. Michael, SAS is getting out of hand though, in my opinion. Random Retro, it was Intel motherboards that had compromised BIOS that were all assembled in China. John Van, China caught up due to the boomers running our country into the ground, allowing their countries to make all of our products. Mr. T, thank you for this donation. Per previous message, my question is, are you able to recommend any tropical ointment to treat a blistered endowment policy? I have to talk to you off the air about that. My thoughts, not facts. Michael, SAS software as a service. Bergen, sir, I can't not say it. GINA. All right. Spark. Most Chinese techs have backdoors that could be used for spying or blackmail. Michael, Random Retro. Yes, thank you. That was it. Random Retro. Some of the cheap Chinese drones have already been proven to be sending data back to China, and states and federal are banned from buying them by federal order. I smell money. Baba puts January 22, 210 strike for 1995, 5% when it dropped 3% just yesterday. Would this be something you'd get involved with? Alibaba puts. I don't even know what Alibaba's trading at. I'm not following them. I don't want to follow them. I'm not promoting anything on the China side. If you're going to play puts on China stocks, you're on your own. And the kind of money you want to put into it, you're on your own. I really am avoiding the topic in that from that angle. I'm just not going there. I'm not here to give you financial advice on China stocks at all. Own shares in a solar project company. SOL appears to be a Chinese company, but seems to be headquartered in the U.S. How do I determine the get the hell out of Chinese stocks exposure there? Yes, well, if the items are coming in from China, and all of a sudden a 30% tariff is put on top of the item's price by the U.S. government, that could make those solar panels the most expensive panels in the United States, all of a sudden putting them out of business overnight, which could affect your American-based company. There you have it. AB, I mean, really, Microsoft, Apple, et cetera, have engineers in Russia and China and the former Soviet countries. If anything, all they have to do to plant something is to get employed there. There you go. Michael, why do you think the U.S. was so very interested in squashing Huawei in Europe? Again, China outfit. Michael, some of the IBM USB sticks came from China infected with malware as well. Spark, China is building a sphere of influence with developing nations in Africa, South America, and parts of Europe through the Belt and Road Initiative. The money comes with strings. I hear you. Yippee-ki-yay bought Yahoo stock, which turned over to Baba.
Now stock is locked up in escrow. Fortunately, it was only a small amount. John, Bruce, is it fair for us bagel family to be getting wasted before trivia? Trivia's at 7 o'clock. Michael, imagine all your cell phone calls going through a Chinese-made app. AP, damn it, Jim. I paid a ton of money for a golf lesson from Pro, and halfway through the lesson, he excused himself and said he was going to get something to help me. Sadly, he came back with a bowling ball. Said, "Try this." Oh no. Spark, China also pressures these countries to vote with them at the UN. That's how they got a seat at the Human Rights Council. Michael, damn it, Jim, laughing out loud. AB, the NSA got caught running a program where an NSA engineer applies for a job at Jupiter, Cisco's main US competitor, with a fake ID, got hired and planted backdoors that dialed back to the NSA. Yikes, spying on our own. AB, you can bet China and Russia are doing similar. There you go. Yeah, well, the secret police, they're everywhere. The secret police in the United States is known as the CIA. Just in case you didn't know, that is the secret police. Mind you, the FBI is also the secret police. And then the NSA is your other secret police. National Security Administration. Yeah. Americans spy on Americans a lot. I don't know if you know that, but that's true. Canadians, we have CSIS. We have a Canadian spy agency that spies on ourselves as well. Yeah, we're all spying on each other. Governments don't trust their own people. Believe it or not. Yeah. Governments don't trust their own citizens. Yep. Have you seen my baseball, John? Michael, all of China's recent tech accomplishments are stolen tech. There you go. Yep. And then how much copyright stuff is stolen and utilized? How much royalty money is stolen by Chinese companies against foreign companies? It's incredible. Yep. What can I say? Yes. You know what, Bruce? If you mention the company, like if you mention CIA, then it's no longer a secret. Don't do that. GCHQ over here in the UK, fun times. Don't forget Homeland Security. I've investigated myself, Bruce, and I came out clean. Nicely done. Ferrigan, looking for SOFA. I still want to add, I'm a director of information security by day, and the vast majority of hacking attempts caught by IPS, IDS are from APNIC assignments, Asia and Pacific IP addresses, aka China. John Van, like Apple. Yeah, well, we just love spying on ourselves. Got nothing better to do in the world. And so governments spy on governments, people spy on people, governments spy on people, people spy on other people. I mean, it's just corporations involved. It's the big, information is technology, information is power. And everyone wants to know what everyone else is up to and what you're thinking. I heard the other day 30 different China-made TVs are listening to what we're doing and reporting back what our Wi-Fi systems, smart devices, and IP addresses are. It was discovered when translating a manual. Kev Lane, something funny. Watch. I put you drop the bomb on me music over North Korea marching on YouTube. It's hilarious. Okay. Michael, China, Russia, North Korea, the biggest hackers, all state sponsored. John, it's rough wanting to add when there's nothing to add with. There you go. Yeah, it's tough. Not easy. We're not safe out there, people. We're just not safe out there. Keep your thoughts to yourself, I guess. What can I say? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for being here this week, today, and always. Join me tonight at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock Eastern. Live trivia for members only on this channel and on Traveling with Bruce. We're doing live trivia tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Looking forward to having fun with you. We'll see what we can do. We'll see you also next week on Monday morning, 8:30 in the morning. See what the markets are going to do for us next week. We'll watch that ATIP financial results before the opening next week. See how that affects the stock. See if our friends at SoFi can have a decent week next week. And see all those option trades work out next week. Let's see what's going on. BW, Ransom Retro, Google Home devices, Amazon Alexa, etc. All set up. I don't know. Ferrigan, I have a nice chunk of SoFi, and I still don't think it's enough. What are your weekend plans for Bruce? Anything going next time? I'm doing 2 classes this weekend, one tomorrow, one Sunday, and I'll be on for 2 hours each day. And I've got several private sessions on Saturday and Sunday booked as well. So I'm working. I'm not going anywhere. I'm working. Catch you later. Thank you, Sharon, so much. Damn it, Jim. I had a film brief that if you cover your face with petroleum jelly, the government can't hear you. Oh, that's interesting. I never heard that before. That's kind of weird. John, hey, don't forget we stole German scientists from building the bomb for them and built it for us. Everyone steals. Exactly. All that rocket technology the Germans developed ended up in NASA, believe it or not. Random Retro, have a good weekend, Uncle B. Nice, busy guy as per. You betcha, Mr. T. Good night, Uncle B. Catch you on Monday. You betcha, Krishna. All of you out there, thank you so much for following me and your support of this channel. Thanks for everything, Uncle B. Hope to make it for trivia. Thanks, Drew. Again, Michael, I'm pretty happy where I am, but I could be 500 more happier. Michael, I work out of a Faraday, out of a Faraday cage, except being too paranoid. Ori, happy weekend, and same to you. Thank you, guys. Have a pleasant weekend. Stay healthy. Get your shots, and we'll talk to you later tonight at 7 o'clock. I want to be like at 10,000 shares. Werner von Braun, yeah, taking care, Uncle B. Bruce, thanks for answering the questions. Always entertaining, always learning lots. Best weekend to you and Jen. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you later tonight at 7 o'clock, or on the classes, or on Monday. Oh my, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Have a good night. Thank you, guys. I'm out of here. Bye for now. Amber, goodbye. Werner von Braun, quite the rocket, performed perfectly. Yes, it's not paranoid if they're watching. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Good luck. See you Monday. Take care. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you. Me too, Uncle Bruce. Take care. Have a good one. Have a great weekend, Bruce. Take care. Okay. See ya. See you later. Bye. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye.